News Special Report. Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Tank.
And I'm Dana Winklepleck. We do want to bring you the very latest on the devastation in the Wabash Valley from last night's severe weather. Multiple people dead in Sullivan, Indiana, and in Crawford County, Illinois. Officials in Sullivan are they will be giving an update in just a few minutes. Well, let's recap some of the things that we do know. First of all, at least 3 people have died as a result of the severe weather through Sullivan County. Yes, it hit last night. A lot of people were sleeping when it came through. We saw a lot of damage today in Sullivan County, and we just went through there. Dan Reynolds will talk a little bit later about whether the National Weather Service will be in town, talking about whether or not it was a tornado or whether or not it was straight line winds that came through. Now, this is video of the city park. So the biggest part of that devastation is
okay, we're going to go to the press conference right now, live in Sullivan.
Okay. Hope I can read my chicken scratches here. Okay, well, good afternoon. Appreciate everybody being here today. First and foremost, like I said at 9 o'clock this morning, I think the big message here is thank you. Thank you so much to the people that are covering this. We've had phone calls from all over the state of Indiana. We've had text messages. We've had emails. We've had so many phone calls, and the outpouring of support for this amazing community. It's just unbelievable. It really gives me goosebumps. As you know, there are many great things going on here in the city of Sullivan. This one's pretty tough, right? This is definitely a tough pill to swallow, but we definitely are showing that we're living by our city motto of taking time to care. Before we get started, I just want to thank, there's too many people to thank, right? My phone continues to go off, and I can't get back in touch with everybody, but a few folks I'd like to thank specifically, obviously, our Lieutenant Governor, Suzanne Crouch. Lieutenant Governor, thank you so much. You're here today during this tough time, but Suzanne Crouch is here all the time, right? You're always a big advocate for rural communities, and you're a great friend, and you love the city of Sullivan, and we appreciate that. I was just speaking with Lieutenant Governor Crouch. One thing we're going to talk about today, if there are some folks that are being misplaced, the IHCDA, which the Lieutenant Governor's office oversees, will provide vouchers. So if you know anybody that is affected, that'd be the 155 properties in the city limits or the nearly 200 properties across the county that are affected and that they need housing assistance, please contact City Hall. We're here at 110 North Main Street. You can contact us at 812-268-6077. So, Lieutenant Governor, we appreciate the IHCDA and their efforts there. Also want to thank Senator Bassler. I don't know if he's here right now, but I've been in contact with him today. Also, our state representative, Bruce Borders. State Fire Marshal Stephen Jones has been here today. Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter, I spoke to him earlier on the phone today. And we do have Matt. He's here from the Indiana State Police to answer any questions for us here today as well. I said this earlier this morning, the cities and towns, the staff at AIM has done an amazing job of reaching out to us. And like I said, there's 123 mayors in the state. And I think I've heard from about 90% of them, so thank you. Big thank you to the city team, right? This isn't exactly in the playbook in city government, so the city team has stepped up. It's a Saturday, it's a weekend. They're truly living by the city's motto. Our county commissioners, sometimes there's a little tension, right, between the city and the county, but I see Commissioner Waterman around here somewhere and the other county commissioners. And definitely, there's no tension. We're just taking care of people. I think the county would agree. I see some city council people here today. Former Mayor Gene Bonham is here today. Big thank you to the Knox County EMA, which has kind of taken over the situation. Mr. Streeter, former coming down today because, as many of you know, Kokomo suffered 2 while he was there. So he definitely understands going through a tornado. And once again, Mayor Joe Yoakum from the city of Vincennes, who was here with me at 3 o'clock this morning, and him and his lovely wife are here today. So like I said, so many I'd really like to get around and thank, but let's get right to it. Like I mentioned, I'm so thankful, but I'm also very proud, and I'm so impressed of how state government has stepped up and really come together and partnered with us here at the local level. I want to make it very clear that we are finishing up our find search with our professional teams. So we talked about this morning at 9 a.m. We had professional teams coming up from Evansville that were trained to go into certain situations before we, so to speak, unleashed the volunteers. And I'm glad we did, because there are a few situations where they were needed. and they are working on search and rescue right now. Heavily damaged structures, obviously, all over the area. We are right now in the response phase, and we will be moving to a long-term recovery phase over here over the next few days. Once again, that was the USAR. That's the Urban Search and Rescue out of Evansville. We appreciate their efforts. They have definitely identified a few homes that needed this specialty service. Also want to mention that our shelter is still in place at Abundant Grace, which is located on Highway 41, right behind the Walmart here in Sullivan. Well, I did mention the 200 homes that were affected. I know residents have utilized the church, and that is courtesy of the American Red Cross, so we appreciate that. Speaking of the American Red Cross, and this message is directly to the citizens that have been affected. The city administration, we love you, and we stand by you, and we definitely hope you're insured. It is so vital that you reach out to your insurance agents, your insurance companies, and get these claims started. But also we understand that there's some folks more vulnerable in our community that might not have insurance. So I encourage them to contact the Red Cross immediately for that service. Going on right now here at lunchtime, the Salvation Army is at the First Christian Church taking care of first responders, their needs. So once again, the shelter is still open. We talked about this earlier today, the importance, how much we appreciate the volunteers, but how we didn't want them to flood to the area. We also understood that the property owners and the citizens of the affected area were probably pretty anxious, and they wanted to get back to check on their home. By a show of hands, how many here in the room obviously would be pretty concerned, right, and they want to get back home? So I'm very impressed with our team. By 12 minutes after 10 a.m. this morning, we told you our goal was going to be 10 a.m., and only 12 minutes later, we did open that up. Now, we didn't open that up to gawkers. We didn't open that up to folks just coming to check things out, but to the citizens of that area that were affected, and we're asking them only to be in that area. I did mention them contacting their insurance, and our underinsureds need to contact the Red Cross. But quite frankly, I want to keep reiterating that this is an ongoing search and rescue event going on here. Talking to the residents down there, I was able to walk the neighborhoods a while ago, and it's devastating, right? I mean, it just absolutely breaks your heart. I can assure you, in 2010, probably 1986 when I decided to run for mayor at 6 years old, but definitely in 2010 when I made that official announcement, there's no way in the world did I ever think about that I'd be walking through neighborhoods that I used to ride my bike through and just see mass devastation. We see that on the national news, whether it's a war in Ukraine or whatever, and that's quite frankly what this looks like, is a war zone. So definitely the physical aspect of this is very tough, but the emotional part, it's really tough, and that's one of the hats as a mayor. Sometimes mayors hug, right? So to be able to talk to those folks, and there's a lot of people that just don't, quite frankly, know. They really don't know what to do. So definitely asking for support and prayers for those individuals. I also want to mention that we do have dumpsters en route on their way to the location, courtesy of Republic Services, and then also Lowry's here locally as well. So I'm trying to get all this information out to you up front. Another concern that some folks might have, not only were the properties damaged, but they also had vehicles damaged. So we talk about displacement of people. Well, maybe they don't have the transportation. So our city staff is working on trying to find transportation. We appreciate the IHCDA and their vouchers, up to 30 days where you can stay in a hotel. And also especially to Mayor Duke Bennett, who's offered to open up some hotels up in Terre Haute as well. So, once again, over the next few days, we are going to continue to utilize all the resources. And after today's press conference now, we will not have really any immediate updates until tomorrow. We want to make sure all of our time and all of our attention is taking care of the people of this amazing community. So, Mr. Ames, if you have any updates from the Indiana State Police that you'd like to share.
We're going to continue to be here in the area. We're going to be able to provide security. As the mayor said, we're going to be allowing the people that actually live inside that area to go in there and check things out. We're asking anyone that wants to be a sightseer just to stay home. Please don't come into the area. We do have 3 fatalities, unfortunately, here in this tornado, and we still do have the search and rescue services going. And once we receive more information from that, I will provide that out to the public.
Yeah, and once again, if you have yet to get in touch with that loved one or that person that you're concerned with, please contact us here at City Hall at 110 North Main Street. We will take that information and we will get that to the appropriate authorities as well. So once again, city staff is on standby. We definitely we care, we love you, and we'll do absolutely anything we can. So at this time, is there any questions? We can open it up. Yes, sir.
Derek Bergquist, Wish TV. Do you have any updates on the number and condition of people who were injured in the storm?
Approximate numbers. You know, right now we know that there were several individuals that went to Sullivan County Community Hospital on their own. We did transport a few individuals, and then also there were a few individuals that went and sought health care in Vigo County up in Terre Haute. I'm just kind of spitballing here, probably maybe anywhere from 8 to 12 is kind of the rough numbers I have. I also wanted to mention that Governor Eric Holcomb will be arriving today at 2:30 p.m. So I want to make sure that the governor, the head of our state government, that you are all aware that he has been in contact with us, close communication. He was actually at the Emergency Response Center in Indianapolis, but he will be here at 2:30 p.m. today to walk and check things out. I think I might have mentioned earlier our state representative, Bruce Borders. I just saw him back there. Thank you for coming as well. So I can honestly say everybody, Todd Young's office, all of them, everybody has been in touch and reached out, and it's just amazing when a community, when a state, when all levels of government come together. This is proof that it does work, right? We're all a team in this, and we're all in it together. Are there any other questions?
At this point, what does Sullivan need most? Particularly for our viewers back in Indianapolis who might be watching this, what do you need most right now?
No, and as a matter of fact, from Indianapolis, I want to thank Mayor Joe Hawks that he called first thing this morning, already offering his services and his help and his inspiration there. We appreciate that. That's a very good question. So many people want to help, but they just don't know how. And we appreciate everybody's help, but at the same time, we are still in a search and rescue operation, and we want to make sure that we don't necessarily flood the areas, right? So many people do want to help, but we want to make sure our first responders and our officials get everything taken care of. So kind of, I guess my best advice would be stand by, and we'll definitely announce our needs over the coming days, because you know this isn't like a tornado happened last night, the power goes out, and ta-da, the power's back on today. This is obviously, we are preparing for a long-term recovery, and we expect the state agencies not just to help us today, but continue to partner with us just like they have over these past 12 years as we start with redevelopment efforts and really make sure that that south side of Sullivan comes back stronger than it ever has before. I assure you, and I promise the folks today, if anybody knows this administration, we chase every dollar possible, and we are definitely not going to take our foot off the gas right now, especially when the people of our community are in need. They have a partner here in the mayor's office, and they have a partner in state government. Any other questions?
Do you have any sense yet of how many buildings or homes are destroyed?
Yeah, there are 200 in the county, structures that were affected. Now, those are the ones that were severely, heavily damaged. I'm sure that there are issues all over town. I'd hate to be an insurance agent right now here in the community, because even though the tornado's direct path might not have hit everywhere, there are other houses affected. So 155 in the city, 200 overall.
How many families total do you know are displaced?
I'd love to tell you that. 200 households. So do the math. Is that one person living in that home? Is that a couple living in that home? Is it a family living in that home? So quite frankly, we know the number of households, but to actually give you an exact number, lots and lots of people are affected, and families and loved ones. Like I mentioned this morning, there's been families that have been on vacation, so they're separated, and it was very difficult with the cell phone towers down or whatever the issue was. I know my family was pretty worried when we were all curled up in the basement with my little girl and my wife this morning, and you couldn't get the cell phone coverage to get out. So I believe a lot of those issues have been resolved, and those families are trying to be unified once again. But once again, here at 110 North Main Street is the ultimate place where if you want to get in contact with somebody and you have concern about that missing loved one, please let us know, and we'll do everything we can to help.
You said search and rescue teams, that process is ongoing. Are you aware of any properties or areas of the city or county that those teams just haven't gotten to yet?
We are not aware of any of those, but we are aware of the properties, like I mentioned earlier, that actually needed professional assistance and not just some local folks to come in and help. So those are ongoing operations right now.
So since search and rescue is still ongoing, there is the potential for more fatalities?
We hope not. Our prayers are not, but it's unknown at this time. Any other questions? Also want to thank State Senator John Ford. He's here with us today as well. Appreciate him and his efforts. Okay. All right, so we will send out a media advisory. If you want to leave your name and contact information when we update you tomorrow. But understand that's why we can't sit around and talk like this. We have people to get taken care of, and we appreciate everybody's professionalism, their courtesy, and please, we ask for your continued prayers and love and support for this amazing community. So, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, we just heard the conclusion of a press conference held by Sullivan Mayor Clint Lamb, who recapped everything that has happened, at least everything that he knows over the last 12 hours or so.
Yeah, I think some key points to know here. We do know the governor is coming down at 2 this afternoon, so hopefully that means that maybe Sullivan will be able to get some state aid through that. We also know that while they have gone through the homes, and most of them to make sure everybody is accounted for and safe, while he didn't say it so, he said that there's some professional assistance going on in some other properties. So that must mean that they're still concerned about some people who are not accounted for.
Yeah, he stressed that this is still a search and rescue operation.
Yes, so we do hope all of those folks are okay. He said the people without insurance, I did interview a family today. They had said their home was paid off, but they had no insurance. Yeah. He said go to the Red Cross, contact them if you don't have insurance. That's a pretty big thing.
And also about vouchers, too, from the state. I'm assuming that's for food and things like that, and they might be able to use.
And another key point, like a lot of these homes, not only were their homes destroyed, but their cars were destroyed.
Cars, yeah.
You can see him here in this video. And he's trying to help people get transportation. So that is another thing that they are looking at doing, just making sure that people can get around.
One thing that he also stressed toward the end is he was asked the question what the area needs most. And I could, you know, if you're watching this, if you know about this, I'm sure you want to help. But right now, his basic message was to stand by until their needs are determined. And that could be several days, because right now they're still trying to assess the damage. Obviously, we're going to hear a lot of people react to this, and I believe we have some reaction from a homeowner in Sullivan.
It started getting worse and worse, and then I started hearing that sound like a train coming through without the horn. And so I just periodically am peering outside and looking to see what's going on, because I know the storm's coming through. Well, I'm standing at my front door, and yeah, the wind's getting pretty nasty, and then all of a sudden I see the lights go out. I'm just still standing there looking around, wondering what's going on. Then all of a sudden the wind just picked up real bad, and then all of a sudden I heard the tornado siren go off, and then all of a sudden debris just started flying. I shut and locked my front door, and by the time I got in my bedroom door, which is this front room here, by the time I got in there and shut that door, the front window blew out, and I just dropped to the floor and crawled under my bed, and then that's when the tornado hit.
And so you just stayed under your bed throughout that time? The
whole time. Once I knew that the noise was gone and everything went quiet and the winds died down, I crawled out, made sure everything was okay, and then I came outside, and then I started hearing neighbors hollering, and then so I went over there to check to see if they were okay, helped them out, and then I came over here and made sure these guys were okay.
And Dan, in instances like this, the National Weather Service always comes down, checks things out, because sometimes these things are caused by straight line winds, sometimes by a tornado. By looking at this video, can you tell?
That video from Sullivan looks like what we saw from Robinson, Illinois, and Crawford County. Debris twisted.
Which is indication of a tornado.
Indication of rotation in a storm. And I think the Weather Service from India is already in Sullivan, from what I understand. They'll put up drones, usually, and they track the path of that storm. And you can see it from the air. It's a kind of a corkscrew pattern in the ground, and they'll follow that. But with all that debris twisted in every direction, in the trees, the damage to all those cars, yeah, I'm confident that Sullivan and Robinson both will be declared tornadoes, and from the looks of it, fairly large and violent for a nighttime tornado.
Yeah, because in that one particular section, not quite this one, but some of the other damage we're kind of getting into now. I mean, some of these homes, there's nothing left of them.
There's nothing left, yeah.
And the cars were moved from their spots, and
that's not straight line wind damage when you see that. That's obvious tornadic activity. And the bad thing is it hit at night. A lot of people maybe didn't hit their phone, didn't go off. They don't have a radio. Maybe they didn't hear it until it was on top of them, couldn't react in time. So very unfortunate when those things hit at night.
I know last night when I drove down there, I turned on, I think it's Silver Street off of 41. I could see debris immediately up in the trees. And you said this morning, Dana, that you could see where it crossed 41.
You can. If you're driving on 41, kind of like if you're heading south toward Vincent's, it's just past that light there where McDonald's and Walmart is. If you look off to the west side, you can see the mangled trees. You can see the path where that came through. And you know, it was in Crawford County, which is in Robinson, Illinois. Robinson and Sullivan County, Crawford County and Sullivan County kind of butt up to each other. And
Sullivan is just a little northeast of Robinson, and the track was southwest and northeast. So
stress again too.
Now here's some video from Crawford County here.
That's
as you can see them.
Same pattern. Yeah, twisted debris. Confident I'd be shocked if these aren't declared tornadoes, and fairly large ones at that. And sustained for a while to go from Illinois across the river and move into Sullivan. That's a pretty strong tornado.
And we should mention 3 people also died there in Crawford County, Illinois. Now they do say that 8 other people were injured. We do not have an injury count specifically for Sullivan County. We do know other people were injured. Mayor Clint Lamb said that.
About 8 to 12, he was ballpark. That figure.
And this was all part of a very big, widespread outbreak last night.
All right. And a lot of people still without power today.
Will
even as far north as Shelburne area didn't have power.
And that's something else that the mayor stressed. Do not go down there. Here's the outage map right now. This is, I believe, current. So there are power outages everywhere. And if you see a down line, stay away.
And that's what they're really worried about right now. That's why they don't want people around, because they don't know if these lines are alive or not alive. So they just don't want any electrocutions.
Dan, as far as our current weather, it's very gusty out there. I think gusts up to 50 miles an hour. Is this going to settle down? Because that doesn't help efforts either.
That's true. It's going to settle down this week. There's a high-winded warning for Indiana counties until 6 Eastern. Since midnight, I looked a while ago, we had several locations with 50-mile-an-hour gust and higher. These winds will diminish as we approach 6 o'clock and get past sunset. Things will really calm down. And tomorrow, that'll be a lot better.
All right, thanks, Dan. And thank you for joining us as well. We will continue to cover this story here on air, online, mywabashvalley.com. You can also go to our social media pages.